talked about the indictment of the officer that shot Philando Castile. Let me tell you why I think that's important. One, because had it not happened and America really watched a man, who had a legal right to have a gun, slaughtered in front of us. And that would have been too much for anybody to take. The fact, a couple of things are at play here. One, the prosecutor didn't go to a grand jury. Generally, they can do it themselves. And he didn't cower out. He didn't want a no, so he did it himself. That's very important. The other thing is you have a man who uses the common excuse, I shot him because I was afraid, in a state where you can open carry. And to me, a non-acquittal would have been the tantamount to licenses to kill. Now, it's important because now the age-old excuse of I was afraid is not going to be enough. I think you all should give yourselves a really big round of applause, primarily because it was your diligence, your staying on top of things, your expressing yourself in a very peaceful manner that made this happen. And look at what's happening in Oklahoma. That was an indictment. Look at what's happening now. Cincinnati, we weren't on that as much as we should have, and now that was a hung jury, but we have an opportunity to we didn't get what we wanted with Freddie Gray. The things that you all are doing, even though they feel hopeless, are working. You have a cop who shot another, and the grand jury wasn't impaneled. The prosecutor said, you know what? You catching a charge.
Let's do the right thing.
Yeah. The governor of that said it's biased. If that man was white, he'd have never got shot. There were 7 shots fired into the car with a girl and a baby. That to me is one of the most egregious, and we're seeing it. And if no one had done anything about it, then it would have been tantamount to licenses to kill. And I think I'm so proud of you guys for your diligence, for your tweeting, for these campaigns. The hashtags that people laughed about, it did it.
Yeah.
You stop believing that what people are telling you, that none of that works. It is. You see, people are wearing body cams. People are being called to account for what they do. We got to listen, ain't nobody helping us but us. We don't have nobody in the White House after January 19th. Is say what you want the nigga day. I think it's gonna actually be a holiday. But today, this day, not only did they forego the grand jury process, but he said I had to indict him. You had a police officer who was obviously corroborating witness and said I was shocked that he shot. Now we have to get this man locked away, and other policemen have to see it because that's the excuse they use. I was afraid. He had a gun. I thought, all those things, just like the woman in Oklahoma. I was afraid. That's going away. Cameras and your diligence are going to be the worst thing that happened to bad cops since Miranda rights. That's a little note from the GED section. I'm very proud of you. We got the Jazz Report coming up right after Bro James. It's the D.L. Hughley Show.